Keeping an eye on California's water supply, the KPBS Drought Tracker takes a look at a record-breaking wet season.
Good morning, boys and girls. Can I have a reader to read the problem for us out loud?
Put away the calculator app. See how one San Diego school is trying to cure math anxiety.
No different than 100. I'm enjoying my old age. I really am.
Happy birthday to the nation's oldest Pearl Harbor survivor. Signs that old age is not slowing him down. KPBS Evening Edition starts right now. Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Ebony Monet. The ACLU of San Diego and Imperial counties is suing the Department of Homeland Security and the Department of Justice. The organization says officials are detaining immigrants for months before letting them see a judge, a violation of due process. KPBS Frontiers reporter Jean Guerrero has the story.
People charged with crimes usually get to see a judge within 48 hours. Not so for non-criminal immigrants. Bartis Vakili of the ACLU of San Diego says on average, there's a 2-month delay from the time these immigrants are detained to the time they meet an immigration judge.
Due process requires that if the government is going to deprive someone of their liberty, they need to be given some fair process. And locking them up and throwing away the key for 2 months or 3 months or longer is hardly a fair process.
Vakili says they expect this to get worse under the new administration as it ends catch and release policies and detains more immigrants. He says the lawsuit aims to put an end to what the ACLU calls a violation of due process. About 1,500 people are currently detained in the 2 detention facilities in the Southern California region. Jean Guerrero, KPBS News.
3 of San Diego's congressional representatives are holding town hall meetings this weekend. GOP representatives Daryl Issa and Duncan Hunter and Democrat Susan Davis will take questions from constituents on Saturday. There will be 2 morning sessions with Issa, one at 8:30, the other at 10 at Junior Seau's Rec Center in Oceanside. Hunter's event is being held at Ramona Main Stage at 10. Davis's event is also scheduled for 10 at SDSU.
I hope that you'll join us there if you already have RSVP'd, but if you haven't, please join us on Facebook. We'll be live streaming, and we certainly hope that you'll have a chance to tune in.
We will have coverage of those meetings on Saturday. You can find updated stories on our website or here on KPBS TV and radio. There's more pushback from the Golden State on Republicans' health care plan. State Senator Commissioner Dave Jones says the plan could threaten the state's law, which protects a woman's right to an abortion. Jones says the plan offers tax credits to people who pay for their own health insurance. He also says that bars people from spending those credits on plans that include abortion coverage.
I think is not only an unfair choice, but it puts the federal law directly at odds with the state law. And were I the Attorney General, if they move forward with this, that is the House GOP, I would sue to challenge that.
According to Jones, most California health plans would be ineligible for those tax credits on the GOP plan. The San Diego Association of Governments is looking for an investor. Leaders decided today to solicit proposals from law firms with expertise in that area to look into the agency's faulty revenue forecast for a proposed sales tax hike. As first reported by Voice of San Diego, SANDAG staff was aware that Measure A wouldn't generate the amount promised, but didn't change their projection to alert voters or board members. Imagine looking at the car next to you while on the road, but no one is inside. You may start seeing that by the end of this year. The state DMV relaxed rules today that could pave the way for driverless cars. Regulators argue they need someone who can take over in an emergency. Supporters say the cars may be safer because some people drive distracted, drunk, or drowsy. The nation's oldest Pearl Harbor survivor turns 105 today. Here's a look at the USS Midway, where he will be celebrating in style. KPBS reporter Susan Murphy met up with the Navy veteran Ray Chavez at his home in Poway to talk about his birthday plans.
I'm really excited because I never expected to live this long.
Ray Chavez was born in San Bernardino, California on March 10th in 1912.
I'm enjoying my old age. I really am. People have been so very, very nice.
But age isn't slowing him down. He still works out at the gym.
Oh, yes, twice a week.
Can I see your muscles?
No muscles.
He also loves spending time outside and going to the beach.
I don't swim anymore.
But most of his time is dedicated to sharing his first-hand accounts from 75 years ago when America was attacked at Pearl Harbor.
And all the men that were trying to save themselves was jumping over the side of the ship.
Chavez had just finished a minesweeping mission when the attack occurred.
And I saw all the terrible destruction that was caused.
He says it took him 50 years to talk about the traumatic day and to return to Pearl Harbor.
I didn't want to go because I know I'd get quite depressed, I guess.
But he has returned every year since, including last year for the 75th anniversary. He says it brings him comfort to be there and to remember the 2,400 Americans who died that day.
I like to go back just to think about them.
As the oldest Pearl Harbor survivor, Chavez is quite the celebrity around San Diego. He's often asked to attend special events.
I'm very proud that I served our country and did what little I could to help win the war.
Chavez is being honored for his 105th birthday on Saturday with a patriotic concert aboard the USS Midway. He's looking forward to celebrating with his friends and the community. Oh, and a scoop of vanilla ice cream.
Vanilla is my best flavor that I like.
His family is also holding another birthday party for him on Sunday. Susan Murphy, KPBS News.
If you head down to the San Diego's Central Library Saturday, you can check out Humans. It's hosting a human library event that lets visitors reserve people from all walks of life for a 20-minute conversation. The goal is to challenge stereotypes.
As with a print book, you turn the pages, and it's a journey of discovery that you take, and with all the plot twists and turns. It's kind of the same thing when you talk to a human being or a human book. I can guarantee that there are a few surprises there.
The titles on hand include a suicide survivor, an anarchist, and a Muslim, and more. The event runs from 10 to 2 on the 9th floor. Some San Diego school children are coming home with math homework that looks foreign and maybe even a bit scary to parents. Several schools in San Diego Unified are testing out a new kind of math instruction. KPBS education reporter Megan Burks shows us how it works.
I have a confession to make. I still use my fingers to add and subtract. Like a lot of people, especially women, I've always just thought I'm naturally bad at math.
That's not at all true. Absolutely not.
Fernando Hernandez is the principal at Perkins Elementary School in Barrio Logan, and he's determined to save this generation from the math anxiety that ravaged mine.
Excuse me, good morning. Good morning.
He takes me over to room 510 for a math re-education.
So we're headed upstairs to Miss Chow's 4th grade class. She's one of the 4 teachers who's a model mathematics teacher. She's gone through this intensive professional development program called a Math Studio program, and so she's teaching using the very latest methodology.
Hernandez stops abruptly and opens a notebook. To my dismay, he starts writing fractions.
So back when you were in school and when I was in school, the way we learned mathematics, and I'll talk about the division of fractions, when we had 1 divided by 2/3, we all learned the trick. You flip this over.
Stay with us. Remember, you flip the fraction and multiply straight across to get the answer.
It works. but that doesn't mean that you understand the concept. So something we would ask the students to do now is this. We might actually give them the answer. And we would say something. Okay, so 1 divided by 2/3 equals 3/2. Please justify that. Prove to me that that is true.
With that, we head into Mimi Chow's class.
Good morning, boys and girls. Can I have a reader to read the problem for us out loud? Trinity?
A factory delivered 477 watches in 3 boxes. Each box had the same number of watches. How many watches were in each box?
Okay, please include a visual that's going to match the problem. Label your work and justify.
The class spends the next hour on this single division problem, first solving it individually using their own strategies. Some kids use blocks, others draw, some use numbers.
Yeah, I use partial questions and you didn't use partial questions.
Then they share their work with a partner and eventually discuss as a class.
Can you please explain to me?
Instead of Chow's neat handwriting on the board, we see the students' handwriting projected onto a screen, misspellings and all.
You always start with your total, and then you end with your parts, and when you end with your parts, you get your answer.
No matter what strategy you choose, you always get the answer right.
So you're saying that no matter which strategy you choose, whether it's a baseline model, an area model, or you choose to record it with numbers, you will always get the same quotient. 4 years ago, I had my students sitting in rows, and it was much more like me doing the talking and me demonstrating and showing the strategies and how you solve the problem, rather than now the students are taking actions of their own learning. They're making sense of the problem, they're bouncing off ideas with a partner, they are struggling with it because the problem is really hard.
9-year-old Donnell Branch says he likes that. So you just spent more than an hour working on one problem. Does that get boring, or are you learning along the way?
I am learning along the way. It's a very fun process, learning with other students, like friends in my class, and bouncing off ideas with partners.
So what do parents think? Chow says parent-teacher conferences often lead to impromptu math lessons, but they're on board once they understand what she's trying to do.
Pretty much state of the art.
Nadine Bazook has a PhD in math education and is Associate Dean of San Diego State's College of Education. She says all schools should be doing what Perkins is doing.
In math education, we've been talking about this for probably 15 years. But not everybody has had an opportunity to learn it. So again, as a profession, we need to think about how do we help all of our teachers be current.
Bazook says strong principles and adequate time for professional development are key to take on a math overhaul. Back at Perkins, Principal Hernandez admits his overhaul isn't yet bearing fruit on state tests, but he says the individual growth he sees among Chow's students is enough to forge ahead.
She guides them to discover it for themselves, and that's real teaching.
San Diego Unified is in the process of making sweeping budget cuts. Hernandez says he's already set aside money to keep the math re-education going next year. Megan Burks.
Thank you for your hard work.
KPBS News.
And then please go back.
It's the Super Bowl for Brainiacs. Today was the 11th annual San Diego First Robotics Competition in Del Mar. This is day 2 of the 3-day meet. 58,000 high school students take part. Each of these teams had 6 weeks to build a robot that can gather wiffle balls, lift gears, and climb a rope.
Sadly, a lot of education is maybe not always as exciting as it could be, and for them to be part of something like this, it's what really is what FIRST is about. It's taking what students learn in the classroom and showing them a real-life, real-world application for it.
I like making things. I like working as a team. I get to try out new skills in different ways, and it is fun.
Students are competing for a chance to advance. This year's finals are in Houston. They also have an opportunity to apply for $50 million in college scholarships.
What's in the Republicans' health care bill? We look at why it's being attacked by both the left and the right. We find out why local refugee advocates are speaking out against Trump's revised immigration ban. And we offer a San Diego take on whether politics belongs in the pulpit. The IRS says no. Join us for the roundtable tonight at 8:30.
San Diego is back to being sunny and warm. It's a lull in what has otherwise been a record-breaking wet season for California. KPBS science reporter David Wagner has an update from the KPBS Drought Tracker.
As of Friday morning, statewide rainfall is at 164% of what normally falls between October 1st and April 1st. The average Sierra snowpack measurement is at 178%. Scripps Institution of Oceanography climate researcher David Pierce helped compile this data.
Getting very close to 200% of normal for the central and southern Sierra, not quite as much in the northern, but the snowpack is key to our water resources in summer, so that's really good.
According to the U.S. Drought Monitor, only 8% of the state is still in some form of drought. A lingering patch of severe drought is still present in Imperial County. David Wagner, KPBS News.
People were looking for some relief from the heat today. Here's a look at the San Diego Bay along the Embarcadero. It felt like flip-flop weather in the downtown area. And an even hotter picture in the desert, a classic scene at the Anza Borrego State Park. People flocking to see the desert bloom. Regina Miller has the forecast.
Well, we had a passing shower or two here across Northern California, just south of Redding near Reno. We saw a couple of showers there, but Central and Southern California, we just have some passing clouds at this time, pretty quiet. In Oceanside, not seeing much at all, maybe just a few patchy clouds there to the north of Camp Pendleton and Ramona. Things look nice, and as we head down into Mount Laguna, things look pretty good there as well. So tonight, just a few patchy clouds around the metro areas with a temperature of 56 degrees for your overnight low. And then as we go across the area here into Borrego Springs, perhaps a few patchy clouds and 57 degrees. Mount Laguna is at 44 degrees for your overnight. And in Oceanside will be at 48 degrees with just a few passing clouds. Saturday is looking very pleasant here, getting warmer across Southern California. And as we go through time here, we'll check out the numbers. Along the coast on Saturday, we have partly sunny skies, a temperature of 72 degrees. On Sunday, mostly sunny skies with a high of 75. Partly sunny and warmer. We get to 77 on Monday, 76 for your Tuesday with partly sunny skies. More clouds coming in on Wednesday, mostly cloudy with a temperature of 73 degrees. In the inland locations, it's going to be warm with some sunshine and a temperature of 82 degrees for your Saturday. We'll keep bumping it up right through the weekend and into early next week. On Sunday, we're at 84 degrees. By Monday, 87, partly sunny skies. We have some sunshine still around on Tuesday. Mostly cloudy and warm, but definitely noticing a difference in the temperature there on Wednesday when we drop back to 77 degrees as opposed to the 80s. In the mountain locations on Saturday, we have some sunshine at 67. Then on Sunday, we have mostly sunny skies at 68 degrees. 69 on Monday and partly sunny. And then we'll keep some sunshine around as we go into early next week. In the desert locations, 93 degrees with a partly sunny sky for your Saturday. Mostly sunny and hot on Sunday with a high of 94. Monday, we'll just repeat it. Same thing, 94 degrees. And then for Tuesday, partly sunny, 92. It goes down to 90 degrees. Mostly sunny and warm for your Wednesday, even in the desert locations. I'm Regina Miller, KPBS News.
I'm Hari Srinivasan. On the next news hour, a profile of artist Yayoi Kusama and her exhibit of infinity rooms, which is about to travel across the country. That's Friday on the PBS NewsHour.
Tonight, we feature another young leader from southeastern San Diego. It's part of a new series about men and women who are trying to change their community. Aaron Harvey shares his story in his own words.
But we're here united, all of us together right here, because a life was stolen.
I don't believe anybody in their right mind wants to be an activist. And honestly, it's a death sentence. Anybody who was successful or got too successful is dead. So if you're not ready to be like assassinated, incarcerated, or deported, then, you know, that's pretty much your future in a sense. The summer of 2014, me and 14 other individuals were charged with conspiracy to commit 9 shootings under Penal Code 182.5, which in essence states that if you're documented as a gang member, you can be held liable for crimes committed by that gang, whether you had knowledge of it or not. The district attorney said it was a test case. It never had been used before. And during my time in jail, once we learned more that it wasn't necessarily a personal attack against us, but this had a larger implication of like how the criminal justice system is working with mass incarceration, I realized that this is way bigger than just trying to get me out of jail. Going through our court case showed me that once a law is on the books and you're in the courtroom, it's already too late. I'm surprised when court cases go the way they're supposed to go, and that's bad, right? So I believe if I'm working on, policy, like maybe policy attorney, if I'm working on legislation, I can save more lives before that law becomes a law than defending it in court.
Watch more of Harvey's story and other young leaders next week with our New Voices series. Showcasing works outside traditional grand opera is the aim of the Shiley Detour series, and KPBS arts reporter Beth Accomando says it lives up to its mission with this weekend's bold reimagining of Bizet's Carmen at the Balboa Theater.
There are tornadoes, earthquakes, and volcanoes. And then there's Carmen.
Playing a force of nature is a blast. It takes a lot of energy.
Which is why mezzo-soprano Peabody Southwell looks exhausted after being on stage almost nonstop for the tragedy of Carmen.
It's a whirlwind, and you realize that there are moments in your life where you destroy people, or you could, and most people avoid that, but Carmen does not.
Carmen is the quintessential paradox of passion, which is that it's something that you're reaching for, something that you're hungry for, but you know it ain't good for you. And so this production really tries to get at the kernel of what that's about and why would somebody run headlong into destruction.
Carmen, as director Alexander Gideon sees her, is like a tsunami that can't be stopped.
You don't realize how much force it takes to kind of expand in the way that he wants Carmen to feel like a flood, or to feel like a fire, or to feel like these great natural tragedies that occur in the world.
Our impulse as audience members, as spectators, is we actually want to confront the darkest parts of our own psyche. And to me, that's the heart of what opera should be, is the opportunity to have the thrill of vicariously connecting to it and seeing ourselves in something really frightening and awful.
The intimate space of the Balboa Theater intensifies that experience. It also exemplifies what San Diego Opera's general director David Bennett wants to do with the Detour series.
I think in the heart of the Detour series is to produce works that are intimate, potent, visceral, theatrical experiences. Grandeur is one thing that we sense in grand opera in the big theater, and intimacy is something that we wanted to share with people in the Detour series.
This is the mission of that series as far as David Bennett has described it. If you want to create productions that challenge conventions of standard grand opera that San Diego Opera traditionally and historically has done so well, I can't think of a better example of that than this production, which uses beloved music and beloved characters, but explores them as if they were completely new.
You know, they have a saying in English theater, which is, treat the classics like new plays and new plays like classics. We are not trying to replicate the Carmen that you've already seen. This is not going to look like the traditional grand opera at all. But the core of it and what the story is actually about, I hope will actually spring to life in a way that makes it feel like it's new.
Part of that involves reminding people how risky and controversial Carmen was when it was originally performed more than a century ago.
I think it's just about having an open mind to it, that this is not, it wasn't intended to be a comfortable meditation on sexuality when it first came about.
The tragedy of Carmen serves up a distilled reimagining of Bizet's Carmen, conceived back in 1981 by English director Peter Brook. It's a brisk 90 minutes, involves only 4 singers, and has scenes of dialogue alternating with the music. It was Brooks's way of bringing opera into a more naturalistic theater world.
I would say the principal difference with how I'm looking at this is that I love the epic gesture of opera. I think that the way that he's stripped everything away actually gives us a chance to look at this as a myth and kind of create a new telling of the myth with just much more freedom.
But introducing something new in the very traditional world of opera can be risky. But it's a risk the Detour series is willing to take in order to show that opera is a living, breathing thing that has something to say to modern audiences. Beth Accomando, KPBS News.
The tragedy of Carmen runs tonight through Sunday at the Balboa Theater. Sometimes you need a small creature comfort to help with a big move. Check out this adorable 18-month-old otter. Her new home, the Audubon Aquarium in New Orleans. She was found alone on the beach in Monterey. Experts at the Monterey Aquarium say she couldn't have survived in the wild on her own. Now at her new home in New Orleans, the aquarium is holding an online poll to help name the otter. You can find tonight's stories on our website, kpbs.org/evening edition. We leave you tonight with another look at the San Diego Opera's tragedy, Carmen. Thanks for joining us. Have a great evening.